Can you give me a big purple smile?
It was in the face. He was cake.
He does.
Aloha friends, and welcome to Eating Richly, where we cook mostly healthy, affordable, family-friendly recipes rich in nutrition and flavor. I'm Diana Johnson, and today we are going to bring some much-needed cheer to these dark times with a bright and beautiful rainbow cheesecake. For this cheesecake when I was having a birthday celebration at the Queen Mary Tea House in Seattle. I walked in and the first thing I saw was this gorgeous rainbow layered cheesecake in their display case, and I knew I had to make one. In fact, I actually filmed the cooking part of this video 2 years ago when I wasn't posting regularly on YouTube, just because I knew I would want to share this with you one day. And today is the day. Now I post a new video every week, so make sure to like this video, then subscribe and click that bell so that you'll get notified when a new one goes up. This also tells YouTube that we make quality content that people want to watch and really helps our channel. You can even join our email list to get a few of our favorite cute and healthy kid snacks. And if you're quarantined like us, we're going on week 4, make sure to let us know in the comments below how you're keeping yourself positive or at least sane during this time. Full disclosure, I never actually made a cheesecake before my rainbow one, so this is not your traditional cheesecake recipe. I wanted this cheesecake to be no bake, no stove, just no cooking, period. So this is technically an icebox cake or a freezer cheesecake, which means it has to be in the freezer to stay set. It also means that this rainbow cheesecake is as easy as mixing and freezing. Having the cheesecake frozen also helps each layer of color to stay really distinctive when you slice into it. And don't worry that it's going to be rock hard. The sweetened condensed milk in this recipe helps keep it from freezing solid. Now let's get cooking, because whether you're cooking with someone, or for yourself, cooking time is connecting time. We're going to start by crushing a box of graham crackers into crumbs. You can totally use a food processor or blender to do this, but I just put them into a sealed bag. How to crush them is totally up to you and how much aggression you have to get out. Now you're going to melt 2 sticks of salted butter. I know many of you haven't been able to get butter during this crazy time in our world, so you can swap 1 cup of coconut oil and a half a teaspoon of salt. Dump the crumbs into a big bowl and pour in the melted butter. Then use a fork or pastry blender to work the butter into all the crumbs. Now you need a springform pan. The one I use is from Pampered Chef and isn't available anymore, but I will link to a couple in the description below. It's important to use a springform pan to make it easy to get the cheesecake out when it's done. Dump the buttered crumbs into the pan and use clean and dry hands to press them into the bottom and up the sides of the pan. I should mention that I'm kind of obsessed with crust, so feel free to reduce the butter and graham crackers by about 1/3 if you don't want a crust as thick as mine. Now pop that crust into the freezer and place 4 packages of softened cream cheese into a large bowl. Make sure hydrate, caffeinate, hydrate again. Make sure to use full fat cream cheese so that it'll set properly, and let it soften to room temperature so it's really easy to mix. Now grab a hand mixer. Mine is literally my grandma's from the 70s. And start mixing the cream cheese together. Mix in 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, and then another. Keep mixing until you have a smooth, creamy consistency. Next comes 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And don't worry about the vanilla extract impacting the colors of your cheesecake. Mine wasn't a problem at all. Once your filling is well mixed, you need to divide it between 7 bowls as evenly as you can. Honestly, I just eyeballed it and didn't worry about being exact. Then you're gonna dye each bowl a different color. I used a paste or liquid food dye depending on what I had for each color. The colors I chose were the same as the ones I saw in the tea shop: red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, dark blue, and violet. Once your colors are all mixed, grab the pan from the freezer and pour and scoop the red filling into your crust. Use a spatula to carefully smooth the filling until it completely covers the bottom of the crust. Creamy. Give the pan a couple taps to settle the filling, then place it in the freezer for 15 to 30 minutes. Basically, you want the layer set enough so that you can spread the next layer over the top without the colors mixing. Now add the orange filling and very carefully smooth it across the entire red layer. Freeze and repeat with yellow, green, light blue, and dark blue. You'll notice with the dark blue layer, it is looking a lot more solid than the red layer did. That's because of the length of time in the freezer. With each layer, your freeze time shortens, and it gets easier to spread your filling without smearing the layer below. The purple is going to be your top layer, so make sure to spread it evenly and completely cover all of the dark blue. Get your cheesecake back in the freezer and get ready to make some whipped cream. I chose not to sweeten my whipped cream because the cheesecake was plenty sweet for me. If you need yours sweetened, you can add 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of powdered sugar to taste. Pour 2 cups of cold whipping cream into a cold bowl. Mix well until it's stiff enough to hold its shape. You can also mix it in a stand mixer if that's easier for you. That's a big mixer. Remove the cheesecake from the springform pan and put the whipped cream into a pastry bag with a large frosting tip. Pipe dollops of whipped cream around the edge and sprinkle them with colorful funfetti. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Now, the first time I served this cheesecake, I made the mistake of slicing it right after decorating and photographing without freezing it again. I suggest that after decorating with the whipped cream and sprinkles, you put your cheesecake back in the freezer for about 15 minutes before you slice it. Also, wipe your knife in between slices to make sure you get that nice, clear, layered look. The slices can be eaten immediately while frozen, or you can wait 5 to 10 minutes to let them soften up. But once you slice it, make sure you share it. Your family loves this cheesecake as much as we do, and that it is able to bring you some joy and happiness while you're all stuck enjoying time together as a family. Check out our most popular video, How to Preserve Avocados. And if you've got kids stuck at home, they'll love our kinetic sand recipe. And remember, whether it is with me, in the comments, or out in the world, you can be real and be kind. And I'll see you in our next video.